Yes, guys. How is everyone? You know what, right? I'm sat there watching Leeds and how you feel after a game and how it gets you down. And I've just decided, right, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let one single weekend of football ruin my entire week until next week. Because when you're a team like we are currently, who don't win often, every week then just becomes a bit crap, becomes a bit rubbish. So look, I could easily come on here, make a video, and go, "No, we didn't win. Not good enough. We're 19th. Bye." Well, for 10 seconds, I could do that. But the reason I did this, the reason I wanted to do this, is to get people's opinions, and of course to try and give a different perspective of a match performance, right? Not just look at the table, look at the results. Because I could get my mum to come on here and do that. Anyone can look at a table, and anyone can talk about a result, right? I want to try and give a different perspective on things. So when people say on social media it's a terrible result, we're in 19th, you're right, and that is the depressing thing. We are 19th, but if and people saying if results had gone our way, it'd been a good point. You can't justify it not being a good point because of the results. You have to justify our performance and how we got a point today. We got a point against a good side. Look, it's not 3 points, but again, I could come in here and just say, "Oh, we didn't got 3 points. See you later. We need 3 points. Bye." But football is about how do you get to that stage of getting 3 points. And I'm looking at the first half for me was actually that high block we kind of did. I thought was very interesting because you could tell Brighton was like, oh, they was not expecting that. And we turned the ball over from their defenders 3 or 4 times in that first half, where we created an opportunity to have a shot or score. And I get the frustration was the booing because we used this instant energy, but that's what we are, and that's the system we are playing now, and it's what we have to do to be more defensively solid, and to turn over the ball. If we'd have pressed Brighton, they would have tore us apart. They got through us when we didn't press them. Imagine you press them. They're a good side. You can't press them. Unless you're absolutely outstanding, you have the best players in the world at pressing. You cannot press that side. They'll just play through you. And I get the frustration and the slight little jeers when we want pressing, but we've gone past that now. We're in a different situation. This is who we are, and that's the way we play. Right? That's the way we are. That's the way we play. And that was our most effective way of attacking in the first half, was win the ball back in those areas by setting traps high up. That's where we created a lot of our chances from. So it worked in that sense. And I know what you guys think. Look, we can all sit here and say at the end of the day we need 3 points. Yeah, of course we do. But what's the point in any discussion if that's just the result of it? Let's have a discussion about football. Little things like that I like. We showed a little bit of nous. We showed a little bit of interesting tactics which actually affected them and the way they played. The first 60 minutes we did it very well. We made subs and it went off the boil a bit. And that's why we stuck with that first 11, because they were the ones which got that structure right. And in the first half, look, when we went 1-0 down, you're thinking it's done. Then what we showed was reaction, right? In the sense, Pat Bamford, with his right foot, which he never uses, has a strike and it goes in, and just have a shot on goal, lads. All can happen. All can happen. And it's just, Jax, man, what a strike that is. And look, I'm so baffled with what's going on, because I'm looking at the table, like I just said, and I'm going, we're 19th, and you're going, oh, that's bad. But then you look at what, 12th, 13th, guys. Between us and Crystal Palace in 12th, I think, or 13th, is 5 points. There's nothing there. And that's why I'm not going to sit here and go, we're down, because there isn't. As you look today, the margins in these games are so slight. Jack uses his right foot to clear that ball. We might win that game. You don't know. Bamford's deflection goes another way. We don't score. There's so little nuances in football games, and this league now is insanely tight. insanely. So anyone that says completely down, come on, we're not. We're just not, because everyone around us will win a game, right? And everyone around us will lose a game. They'll beat a Liverpool, and then they'll lose next week to whoever they're playing against, someone like Crystal Palace or us or you know Southampton. Like, this league is insane this year. It's like the Championship. Remember, the top like 10 in the Championship was like 3 points. It's like that, but the bottom half, well, bottom 13, bottom not what 8 teams. So we could literally get a point in today. We could go to Wolves and win, and we could be 15th place. And Everton, who up there, could be down in 19th. Like, and that's what I mean by taking the point in isolation. Got to pick, and I know it's annoying when you see Everton beat Brentford. And you're thinking, but we could have beat Brighton, but Brighton are better than Brentford in my opinion. I think Brighton are a very good side. I think Brentford are effective, but I think Brighton are just a very good side. But I don't think they performed badly. I really don't. I genuinely think the players did everything they could, and that's 1 week of full training under Javi. And what I said last video, or was it the video before that? I said I'll be happy if we get points from home, if we don't lose at home, and mix draws and wins, 3 or 4 wins, 2 or 3 draws, we'll stay up. And this is one where, look, you could win, but it's difficult for a team like us to beat Brighton at this point. It really is. It really is. I don't get this bad performance, man. Honestly, it pees me off. I don't understand it. A performance is based on how the coach sets you out and how you do it, right? What we did in the first half was very interesting. What we did was we shut them off in midfield. Caicedo had nothing. Or their only option then was to bypass that, go to striker or go over. And what they did once or twice successfully was go over, right? Matoma's quick. He outpaced Sterling over the ball at the top. Right, whatever. But to set your team up in that way and that to be effective is good. Now, we actually created a lot of opportunities to get shots on goal, to create things. We worried them at times. What we didn't do, which we've not been all season, is that clinical team. We're not that. We can't expect that every week because we're not that. We have to create 7 or 8, 9 chances to actually score a goal, which is the worry. The performance isn't the worry. It's still the finishing in each end. We got exposed once or twice because of bad final product, which then you're out of shape. When you push up, you're out of shape. They exploit that. You're tired because you've just gone to full length of the pitch. You've got to get back. The defence had no rest in the last half an hour. Nothing. They had no rest. It was endless. Look at the end of the game. You got Koch and Wobert on their ass. They're knackered. I don't think it's a terrible performance. I think it's a team that tried and tried and tried, but there's just not that confidence in quality there yet. I'm looking at Rutter when he came on, and when he's 1v1 on that defender, and he slowed down really. A confident confident Rutter there, he's taking him on. That's what he is good at, dribbling. And it's a confidence thing. It's all a confidence thing. It's all mentality. It's not the ability. It's the mentality. You see him, we're doing some good little passing, and then we'll get at the edge of the box, and he's screaming McKennie to shoot, and he tries to pass it again. Whack it, man. That's it. That's the confidence we need. And it took 2 experienced players who were probably not, Jack Henry took a lot of criticism, but he took his experience and his quality that we all know he's got. He just doesn't do it consistently, but he's got it. He just took a whack and it's gone in the top corner. Bamford took a whack and it's gone in the top corner or middle of the net. I don't care. That's what we've got to do. We've got to be them risk takers. We've got to take them risks, man. We're not going to win a game by outplaying everyone, being really good in every position. We're not that team. That's not us. We're not that confidence. We're not there. We've not got that. And it's frustrating when... Maybe I'm over-exaggerating. I don't think it was bad. Look, it's not extremely exciting football, but it can't be when you're down there. It can't be. You'll get smashed every week against a team like that. So they want to do that. They want you to do that. And it's just frustrating. Well, at least to give it more. They were more than that for me. Look, it's not perfect. It's not ideal. It's not beautiful football. But these areas there's a big area in the game where we were very effective in what we did. They have individual players that will beat your man. They will beat a press. They will beat a block. They will do that. They're bright. They're a good team. The manager's been touted to go to the top teams in Europe, man. We need to stop with this constant, it's not good enough. It's got to be good enough because that's where we are. That's who we are at the moment. We're not going to have a performance this season until the end of the year where we absolutely dominate a team. That's not going to happen. We've got to pick our moments. We've got to be solid and pick our moments. I know it's like saying we were solid when we conceded 2 goals, but let's look at the goals. They're in transitions, man. Transitional moments, and they're what we've got to solidifying. Transitional moments. And look, you can look at this point and go, it's bad. But then if you look at next week and you win a game, right? You've got 4 from 2, and that's good. And then you beat Southampton the week before last, Chelsea in there. So you've won 2, right? You've won 2, got a point and lost 1. That's good form. Or you can look at next week when if we don't get anything from Wolves or we get a point and it's 2 points, it's not good enough. And this is what I mean. I'm not saying we can't just look at other results and go, yeah, but we got a point last week. Take it in isolation. We've got to take every game as it comes. Coaches say that every week, and this is what it means. You've got to take every single game as it comes. That game was not perfect. It was not ideal. But I still think in a big area, we were very effective. What we weren't doing, again, is we were getting broken up too easy on transitions when we tried to take a risk. The final ball, again, wasn't great. It was a little better. I thought the crosses were better, more dangerous. But the shots were not great. The little areas where we need that confidence, that calm head, was not good enough. And we saw it with Jack when he gets on the edge of the box. He killed one in the top corner. When Yonto came on, look, he drove, and that's the effective, substitutions we need. We need them all to come and have that impact. It's difficult. It is difficult. But my choice to not come out and say it's not good enough, we need this, we need that. We don't need that. What we need is not to finish out of the relegation. If we need to finish out of the relegation going at the end of the season, and there's no guarantee you're going to do that in this league. There's a guarantee that you have to take every game and try to get as much as you can from each game. We could have lost today, quite easily. We could have lost. We didn't. We got something, and we came back from 1 goal down twice. That takes something. And it could be that point at the end of the season, which is the difference between 18th and 17th, because, oh my God, it's tight. It's tight. Our goal difference isn't as bad as some around us, and that could be huge, because it's so tight down there. I'm just so... I don't know. I want to do a tactical breakdown, I really do, but I've got so much work on at the moment, I can't. I want to explain what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense. I'm just rambling. I want to explain what I mean. I want to structure it and show you what I'm talking about. Look, I'm confident, personally, I'm confident we can get something from Wolves from watching that. I am. Others won't be, but I think there's disrespect on Brighton and how good they are. Genuinely. But yeah, look, the wins... Look, we played 3 in the Prem under Javi, right? Have we? Is it 3 or 4? I don't know. We've beaten Southampton. We lost to Chelsea. We got a draw today. We beat the team we should have done. We lost to a team with outstanding players, however, who were in bad form, right? But now they're starting to win games now, right? So they're clearly finding something. We lost to them. And we drew to a side that you would take a point from. But we're in a position now where we're looking at it going, well, we should probably, get 3 points. We need 3 points. But the reality of the situation is the other teams also need 3 points. The other teams also need points. It's not easy. And when they're more confident in you and you both want points, guys, it's not easy, man. We've got to take these points. We have to, because they could be big at the end of the season. Oh God, apologies, that was my lid. I don't know. I need to go back, sit back, and rewatch it when it's out, because rewatch it. I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. And I get it. Look, I get it. There's areas in the game which we look bad, but there's not going to be an area in the game when we don't, because we're not a great side. We're just not. We're not playing well. The confidence, the mentality is not up here. It's down here. We're not going to be a side that plays beautiful football, presses teams, plays it around them, plays them off the park, scores 3 or 4 goals. We're not that side. We're not in that battle. We don't have them luxuries. We're in a horrible relegation fight between 7 or 8 teams, and they're all in it. and everyone is trying to get out of it, and that's difficult because you're playing each other every week. And those are the games now. When we play the Wolves, when we play the Bournemouth, when we play the West Ham, we have to get more than them, right? Or we have to at least match them. We can't let them teams get points over us when we play them. Those are the games we have to look at and think, right, it's so tight, and 3 points away from them could be a big step, right? We can't let them get away. Look, we are in 19th. But we're Everton last week. Like, come on, man. Were they 19th last week? Southampton win, they could go out the bottom 3. They were gone last week. Like, you know what I mean? Guys, come on. Look, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let me know what you guys think. So I could sit here and be like, this is terrible, but that's just gonna make me more annoyed. That's gonna make me upset and depressed and ruin my weekend. I'm not gonna ruin my weekend because it's not terrible, and it's something better than nothing. It's something, and if you can build on this point, you can build on it and take something into Wolves. That's what you've got to do. In isolation, it's a good point against a very good team. We're not a good side this year. We're not. We've got nothing. We've got no confidence or anything. But we gritted. And we played some good stuff in times. And we looked all right. Just some moments we lost the plot. And the end of the game was mental. We were going, they were going. That was just endless. So we're desperate. We got a point against a good side. And that's confidence going into a team you want to beat. Believe me. Getting a point against a good side is big for confidence on those players. Especially how hard they worked in that game. That's it. I've gone on for too long. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate the support. Please leave a like. Subscribe. Yeah. I'll try to get more in when I've done my work. It's just, it's so long, guys, honestly. Endless analysis and then endless dissertations and assignments every week. It's just long. And that's why this, watching football, is my enjoyment. So I'm not going to get over I'm done with it. I'm excited. Let's see what we can do now. Let's get into it. Let's get into them, as we say. Yeah? Let's take these to Wolves now. Let's get a result there. It's good to have some players back. Peace.